don't know me, my name's Jeannine. If you're just joining in, get into a comfortable seated position. You can place a block or a blanket under your hips to lift your hips and feel more comfortable on your knees. So whatever's comfortable for you, just get into that position and just begin to calm your mind and relax your body. And just bring your focus to your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. And we'll get started in a few minutes. Today we'll be working on twists and working on strengthening our core. It will be a half-hour practice today. So just get comfortable and just begin to relax your shoulders. Maybe bring the shoulder blades back around and down. Lengthen your spine and just bring your chin to your chest. Gently close your eyes and just begin to focus on your breath. Letting go of any thoughts that come into your mind. And just releasing any tension you're feeling in your body. Working on twists today really helps with the digestion and with your internal organs. So we'll be doing quite a bit of twisting today. If you have any back problems or if a pose doesn't feel right when you're doing it, please just come out of the pose and wait for the next one. And we'll be working on strengthening our core. A strong core helps with your low back. If you have any low back problems, you really want to strengthen your core, your abs, which will relieve some of that tension in your low back. So just get comfortable and gently place your hands on your lap. Your palms can be facing down for grounding or facing up to receive energy. And just begin to slow your breath. Taking deep inhales and exhales. Relaxing the shoulders, your back, really getting heavy through your hips, your sit bones. Really feel the grounding into your mat. Relax your legs all the way down to your feet. Now we're going to take 3 deep inhales in through our nose and slowly exhale out through our mouth. So take a deep inhale in through your nose and slowly exhale out through your mouth. Take another deep inhale. And exhale. And last one, deep inhale. And slowly exhale. And just go back to your regular breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And gently bring your chin to your chest. Feel the stretch up the back of the neck. And on your next inhale, slowly roll your left ear towards left shoulder and exhale chin to chest. Inhale left ear towards left shoulder. Exhale chin to chest. Match your breath to your movement, inhaling and exhaling. next inhale, roll your right ear towards right shoulder and exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder and exhale, chin to chest. Gentle movement. And then on your next inhale, make a complete circle. Inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down. If it's uncomfortable on the back of your neck, just bring your chin to your chest and focus on your breathing. And then we'll do 2 rounds in the opposite direction. And then leave your chin to your chest. And take a deep inhale and draw a line with your nose towards the sky, opening the throat, separating your lips a little bit. Take a few deep breaths here. And then exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, draw a line with your nose up towards the sky. And exhale, chin to chest. Do 2 more with your own breath, and then we'll meet back in neutral spine. Now gently open your eyes. Place your hands on your knees, and we're just going to, from our torso, come forward and around, making circles with just from your hips up, keeping your sit bones grounded, reaching out, lengthening the spine, keeping your hands on your knees. When you're going back, really try to round the spine here, making big circles. Inhaling, going forward, exhaling, coming around. Getting movement in the spine. And then we'll go in the opposite direction, really hinging from the hips, lengthening the spine. And then come back to neutral spine and take a deep inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lengthen your spine, interlace your fingers, place your palms facing the sky, and on the exhale gently lean to your left. Feel the stretch up the right side of the body. Take a few deep breaths here. And inhale back up to center and exhale right. Inhale back up to center, exhale left. Inhale back to center, exhale right. Inhale center and exhale, slowly release your hands down to the mat. If you're sitting on a block or a blanket, you can take that out now. And we're just going to go into a wide-legged stand or seated position. Really ground down through your sit bones, and you can have a slight bend in your knees. We're just going to take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine, and on the exhale, just begin to hinge from your hips, walking your hands forward. You're going to feel the stretch in the inner thigh. Make sure you keep a bend in your knees. And just go as far as what's comfortable for you. You're trying to keep that spine straight, lengthening the spine, your hands hands are out in front of you. And inhale, come up. And exhale, fold. Maybe come to your forearms. And then slowly come back up on your hands and walk your hands back to center. Bring the sole of your right foot into that left thigh. Now we're just going to twist towards that left leg. Frame the left leg with your hands. Take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine. And on the exhale, just begin to walk your hands forward towards your foot. Keeping that right sit bone grounded. So you're feeling the stretch in that right hip. Feeling the twist. Maybe pull your belly button in a bit. Engaging your core and see if you can get a little bit further into the fold. Take a few deep breaths here. And then slowly walk your hands back to center. Extend that right foot out to the side. Bring that left sole of that left foot into that right thigh. Twist towards that right leg. Frame the right leg with your hands. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward, keeping your left sit bone grounded. And just go as far as what's comfortable for you. Inhale, come up a little bit. Pull your core, your belly button in, and exhale, forward fold. Slowly come back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together for bound angle pose. Roll out the arches of your feet and just gently butterfly your knees out to the sides. And then bring your hands onto your ankles or onto your toes, whatever's more comfortable. Take a deep inhale, bring those shoulder blades back. And then on the exhale, hinge from your hips and begin to forward fold. And then if you get halfway or get wherever you're comfortable, stop there. Engage your core. Try to lengthen your spine here. You'll feel the stretch in the inner thighs. You can keep your feet out a little further if it's too much pressure on your knees. Take a few deep breaths here. Then slowly roll up to center. Bring your knees in. And we're going to go on into tabletop. So we're going to go on to all fours. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are over your knees. You're really pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. We're just going to go into a few rounds of cat-cow. So on the inhale, drop your belly, take your gaze up, point your pelvis up towards the sky, really arch your back. And then on the exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, point that tailbone down towards the mat, really rounding the spine, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, drop your belly, take your gaze up for cow. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine. Match your breath to your movement, inhaling and exhaling. Really lengthening your torso as you go into cow, lengthening the front of your torso, getting the fluid moving in the spine. And we'll do take a deep inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky, take your gaze up towards that right hand. And then on the exhale, bring that right hand behind your left arm. Bring your right shoulder and right ear down to the mat or onto a blanket. You can bring your forearm of that left arm, you can bring it down to the mat, you can bring it out in front of you, or if you want to open the chest and take a bind, you can place that left hand on your low back, bringing that left shoulder back, opening up the heart, opening up the chest. And just take a few deep breaths here. Your hips are high, still over your knees. Then bring that left hand back down to the mat. Inhale, push up on the left hand, raise that right arm up towards the sky and place it back down on the mat. And then we'll do the other side. Take a deep inhale, raise that left arm up towards the sky, take your gaze up, and on the exhale, thread it behind that right arm, bring that left shoulder and ear to the mat, and then you can place that right hand on your low back or keep it on the mat. Take a few deep breaths here, engaging your core. Then bring the right hand back down to the mat. Inhale, reach that arm up towards the sky, and exhale, place it back down on the mat. Then inhale, extend that right leg back, cross it over your left. You're going on to the ball of that right foot. Just take your gaze over your left shoulder, looking at the toes on your right foot. Feel the stretch in the right hip. Pressing into that foot, feeling the stretch in that right hip. Then bring that right foot back over, bring the right knee towards your right elbow and place it back down on the mat. Inhale, extend that left foot back, cross it over your right, going on to the ball of that left foot. Take your gaze over your right shoulder, looking at your toes on that left foot. Feeling the stretch in that left hip. Then cross the left leg back over, bring your left knee into left elbow and place it back down on the mat. We're going to go into child's pose and take a few deep breaths there. Your big toes are overlapping, your knees are hip distance apart. Shifting your hips back, lowering your torso between your knees. Arms are out in front of you. And just take a few deep breaths here. And now we're going to come up to standing. So we'll come up, we'll start in Tadasana in mountain pose, feet hip distance apart. Shoulder blades back and down, legs engaged, kneecaps pulling them up. Engage your core, palms facing forward. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Focusing on your breath. Come to the front of the mat and take a deep inhale. Reach your arms up overhead, looking, palms facing each other, looking at your fingertips for a slight back bend. Turn your palms facing out, engage your core, and exhale, heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release. Inhale, reach up, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Place your hands on your calves or on your thighs. Your gaze is down. Then exhale, plant your hands and step that left foot back. Drop your back knee, flip your back toes. Make sure your right knee is over your right ankle. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky for low lunge. Your hips are forward, your arms are high. And bring your hands to heart center. Bring that left hand to the inside of that right foot. Take a deep inhale, raise your arm up to the sky. Your right hand's up towards the sky, left hand is on the mat. Feeling the twist in that left hip. Exhale, bring that right hand back down to the mat. Flip your back toes. Lift that back knee for runner's lunge. Pressing into the ball of that back foot. And then we're going to hop or step that back foot forward to forward fold. Inhale, slowly come up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release. Now we're going to do the other side. Inhale, reach up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step that right foot back. Drop your back knee, flip your back toes. Going into low lunge, inhale, reach up, arms overhead. Hips are forward. You're not, and that back knee slightly back. Reaching your arms up, make sure that your shoulders aren't up by your ears. Take a few deep breaths here in low lunge. Bring your hands to heart center. Then place that right hand on the inside of your left foot. Take a deep inhale, raise that left arm up towards the sky. Straight line from your right hand to your left. Feeling the twist. And bring that left hand back down to the mat. Flip your back toes. Lift that back knee up. Engage your core here. Going into runner's lunge. Lifting that knee. Take a few deep breaths here. Then slowly hop or step that front foot forward to forward fold. Inhale, slowly come up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release. We'll take a few deep breaths in Tadasana and mountain pose. lunge, you want to get that front thigh parallel. raise them up for high lunge. Crescent lunge. Take a few deep breaths here. Then bring your hands to heart center and drop that back heel down. We're going to go into warrior one. So drop that back heel down. Your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Your toes are facing the left corner of the mat. And then bring your arms to goal post, lifting your chest, lifting your heart, and then raise them up for warrior one. Take a few deep breaths here. And then drop that right arm towards your back thigh and just twist to your right. And take a few deep breaths here. Then come back to center. Interlace your hands behind your back or place them on your low back. Take a deep inhale, take your gaze up. And on the exhale, hinge from your hips for humble warrior. Begin to forward fold alongside that front leg. And inhale, slowly roll back up to center. Bring your hands to heart center and step forward to Tadasana. We'll take a few deep breaths here and we'll do the other side. Place your hands on your hips and step back with that right foot. Going on to the ball of that back foot for high lunge. When you find balance, bring your arms to goal post and then raise them up. Then bring your hands to heart center. Drop that back foot down, back heel down. Toes are at a 45-degree angle. We'll go into warrior one. Bring your arms to goal post and then raise them up towards the sky. Drop your left hand down towards your back thigh and gently twist to your left. Take a few deep breaths here. Then come back to warrior one. Bring your hands to your low back or interlace them behind your back. Take a deep inhale, take your gaze up. On the exhale, begin to hinge forward to forward fold. For humble warrior, don't lay on that front leg if you get down that far. You're trying to keep a strong spine. And then if you fold alongside that front leg. And then slowly roll back up to center. Bring your hands to heart center and step forward to Tadasana, to mountain pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Now we're going to come down to the mat. And we're going to work on a little bit of core. We have a few minutes left. So place your hands behind your glutes until your core is engaged here. And just go up on your toes and begin to lift your right leg and then your left. Alternating legs. Engaging your core here, leaning back into your hands. If it's uncomfortable on your tailbone, see if you can move around to get comfortable, or you or see if you can really engage your core here to help you lift. You're engaging your legs to lift. And then place them back down on the mat. Go back to the soles of your feet. We're going to engage our core and just bring your hands to your palms facing your knees on each side of your legs. Engage your core here, working on core. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. Now we're going to go into boat pose. So if you want to just continue working on your upper body or lower body, that is fine. And maybe next time do boat pose. But if you want to engage in boat pose, it's easiest to start with your hands. Really engage your arms here. Engage your core, using your core to help you lift your legs for boat. And then bring it back down to the mat. And then we'll do one more. Extend your arms, palms facing each other. Leaning back, engaging your core to help you lift those legs, point your toes for boat. Then bring everything back down to the mat. We'll come down to our backs, hug our knees into our chest, and rock from side to side. Extend your arms out to the sides. Take a deep inhale and slowly roll onto that left hip, keeping your shoulders on the mat, taking your gaze over your right hand. Take a few deep breaths here. Then come back up to center. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, slowly roll onto that right hip, taking your gaze over your left hand. Take a few deep breaths here. Then inhale back up to center, hug your knees into your chest, and extend your feet up towards the sky for legs up the wall. Point and flex your feet. And then hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. And we'll go into Shavasana. So we're going to go into Shavasana, but it's going to be a short one. So if you want to shut the video off after I'm done, you can have a longer Shavasana. And it's really an important part of practice. So just get into a comfortable position. Let your feet fall out to the corners of the mat. And slowly close your eyes and relax your body. Palms facing up, slightly away from your body, and just focus on your breath. Feeling your belly rise and fall on the inhale and exhale. Just begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and move your head from side to side. And when you're ready, roll on to your favorite side. Come up to seated position with your eyes closed. sharing this journey with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. If you have any questions or suggestions, please just send us a message.